Welcome, Sagittarius, to your Starspoken Oracle reading for the week of July 22nd through July 28th, 2026. This week, the cosmos invites you into the vibrant, daring energy of the Fool, an archetype of new beginnings, leaps of faith, and uncharted journeys. As the sun steps into Leo, lighting up your ninth house of adventure and expansion, you stand at the edge of a metaphorical cliff, ready to leap into a new chapter with an open heart and unshakable curiosity. Let's explore how this week's cosmic weather shapes the terrain of your soul and how the Fool card will guide you through it. The week begins with the sun's ingress into Leo on July 22nd. For you, Sagittarius, Leo occupies your ninth house, the domain of higher learning, foreign horizons, and spiritual quests. This solar shift amplifies your natural inclination toward exploration. It's a spotlight on your philosophical beliefs, your ambitions to broaden your worldview, and perhaps a nudge to step more boldly into the role of a seeker and teacher. Then, on July 23rd, Mercury stations direct in Cancer, your eighth house of shared resources, transformation, and the unseen depths of the psyche. Mercury's forward motion signals clarity returning slowly but surely to any confusing emotional or financial entanglements. This is a time when the fog of uncertainty that may have clouded your mind begins to lift, especially around matters requiring deep trust or joint decision-making. On July 26th, Saturn stations retrograde in Aries, residing in your fifth house of creativity, risk-taking, and personal expression. Saturn's backward motion prompts a reassessment of how you bring your ideas to life. It's a cosmic call to revisit where you might have been overly cautious or rigid in your self-expression, and to consider how renewed discipline might serve your creative ventures. Finally, the true North Node's retrograde move into Aquarius activates your third house of communication, learning, and connection with your immediate environment. This shift encourages you to rethink how you share your ideas and engage with your community, though it may not be the dominant theme this week, so consider it a gentle undercurrent rather than a headline. Now, let's draw your guiding card for the week, the Fool. The Fool is the first card of the major arcana, embodying unbounded potential and the thrilling promise of beginnings. This card represents the courage to step into the unknown with faith, optimism, and a lightness of being. The Fool carries the energy of a fresh start that is both exhilarating and vulnerable, a reminder that every journey begins with a single, sometimes uncertain step. For Sagittarius, the Fool is a mirror of your own restless spirit. It speaks to your longing for freedom, discovery, and the wisdom that comes from experience rather than instruction. But the Fool also cautions, there is a fine line between brave leap and reckless plunge. This week invites you to balance your boldness with awareness, trusting your intuition while staying mindful of the realities beneath your wings. Let's delve into how the Fool's energy might manifest across the key areas of your life this week. Love. In matters of the heart, the Fool brings a refreshing breeze of spontaneity and possibility. If you are single, the invitation is to open yourself to unexpected encounters without preconceived expectations. This might mean saying yes to a social invitation that feels outside your usual orbit or allowing yourself to connect with someone who challenges your usual type. For those in relationships, the Fool encourages embracing playfulness and discovery with your partner. Consider a joint adventure or trying something new together, whether a creative project or a spontaneous trip, that rekindles the joy of being curious about each other. However, be mindful of impulsiveness. Excitement should spark connection, not derail trust. Work. Professionally, the Fool suggests a moment ripe for innovation and risk-taking. You might feel compelled to pitch a fresh idea, start a new project, or even explore a different career path. Mercury's recent turn direct in your 8th house is helping clear any confusion around shared ventures or financial partnerships, so now is a better time than before to communicate clearly and confidently. Yet, Saturn's retrograde in your 5th house calls for tempering enthusiasm with discipline. Before you leap, ensure you have at least a sketch of a plan. The Fool's leap is inspired, not reckless. This week, your work life beckons you to blend creative spontaneity with strategic grounding. Money. Financially, the Fool's message is to approach new opportunities with both optimism and a smidge of caution. The 8th house Mercury station suggests that any joint finances or debts are becoming clearer, possibly revealing where you can move forward or where more thought is needed. Perhaps you're considering an investment, a shared purchase, or a financial partnership. The Fool encourages you to embrace fresh paths, but Saturn's retrograde warns not to ignore past lessons regarding budgeting or commitments. A sensible yet open-handed approach will serve you best. Health and energy. Your vitality this week is buoyed by the Fool's lightheartedness and Leo's solar boost through your 9th house, amplifying your zest for movement and exploration. This is an excellent time to try a new physical activity or healing practice you've been curious about. However, Saturn's retrograde reminds you to respect your limits and avoid overextending yourself in pursuit of novelty. Balancing enthusiasm with care will nurture sustained energy and prevent burnout. Let's take a closer look at how this week unfolds day by day, so you can navigate the Fool's journey with intention. Wednesday, July 22nd, the Sun's entry into Leo lights up your 9th house, igniting a craving for adventure and new learning. This is an auspicious day to set intentions for expanding your horizons. Whether it's signing up for a course, planning a trip, or simply diving into a book that broadens your worldview, allow yourself to dream big. Thursday, July 23rd, Mercury stations direct in your 8th house, signaling the gradual return of clarity around shared resources and emotional undercurrents. Conversations or decisions that felt stalled may begin to shift. Stay open to new information, but don't rush conclusions. Friday, July 24th, the energy encourages you to take a small but meaningful leap in your creative projects or personal expression. The Fool's youthful spirit invites you to experiment without judgment. Trust your instincts. Saturday, July 25th, a day to reconnect with your community or siblings, especially with the North Node's retrograde nudging your 3rd house. While the node's influence is subtle, consider revisiting unfinished conversations or sharing an idea that's been simmering quietly. Sunday, July 26th, Saturn stations retrograde in your 5th house, prompting reflection on how you channel your creative energy. You might notice areas where self-doubt or perfectionism have held you back. This is an invitation to rethink your relationship with risk and play. Monday, July 27th, use today to practice the Fool's lesson deliberately. Notice where curiosity is asking you to move beyond your comfort zone, socially, romantically, professionally, or creatively, and distinguish a meaningful stretch from an impulsive leap. Approach what interests you with courage, but bring discernment with you, romantic or professional. Approach them with a blend of courage and discernment. Tuesday, July 28th. The week closes with a gentle call to integrate the lessons learned. Reflect on the ways you embraced new beginnings and where you exercised patience and prudence. Journaling or meditation can help solidify your insights. To deepen your connection with the Fool's energy this week, here are 3 journal prompts to explore. 1. What is one area of my life where I feel called to take a fresh start? What fears or uncertainties are holding me back from stepping forward? 2. How can I balance enthusiasm for new experiences with mindful awareness of my limits and responsibilities? 3. In what ways can embracing playfulness and curiosity rejuvenate my relationships and creative pursuits? Now, for your weekly guidance, Sagittarius, your exercise this week is to create a leap list. Take a moment to write down 5 small, intentional risks or new experiences you want to explore in the coming month. These should stretch your comfort zone just enough to spark growth without overwhelming you. Examples might include initiating a difficult conversation, trying a new hobby, or applying for a new role at work. The key is to commit to taking the first step on at least one of these leaps before the next new moon. This practice grounds the Fool's energy in tangible action, giving your adventurous spirit a map rather than a free fall. Remember, the Fool's journey is not about reckless abandon but about trusting your inner guide as you step into the unknown. It's about openness to life's surprises while maintaining a thread of awareness. This week, let your faith in yourself be stronger than your fear of what's ahead. Your affirmation for this week is: I step forward with curiosity and courage, trusting that each new beginning holds the wisdom I seek. Carry that with you through July 28th. Subscribe so your next weekly reading is waiting for you. Trust the timing. The stars have spoken.